killing me.
What's good, guys? Welcome to another Board and British video. So today I'm finally giving you a Polo update. It's been a while since you've seen the car. I've been doing lots of bits and bobs, work's been busy, my computer's been playing up, so I haven't been able to edit videos, hence the lack of upload. But we're back, and as you can see, the Polo is a lot closer to being finished than it was last time we saw it. So I'll go through a little run through of what I've had done and where I've got to and what I've got planned up next. First thing that you'll notice is last time I ended the video I was repairing some rust that was all along my side skirts and on my arches. Now back in November time the car went to a guy called Pauly's garage out in the New Forest, and he basically took the car back to bare metal on the skirts and all the arches and completely reformed my rear arch to be a lot wider, as you might be able to tell, to allow for my 9-inch wheels. And as you can see, it looks fucking awesome. Then after that it went to a family friend of mine to be spray painted, or well, you know, properly sprayed. Unfortunately there is a couple of bits that I've had to like put on a snag list, so the car will be going back to the guy who sprayed it to have a few bits done, because there's little bits of rust bleeding through and a couple of bits that weren't finished to quite the level I was hoping. But that is what it is. Sometimes, you know, pay for the cheaper option, and you know, you get a cheap finish, but it's fine, we're going to get it all sorted. And another thing that will probably strike your eye is the wheels that I've got on, because they weren't actually on the car last time. So I've got my Bodywork T 16 by 7.5 on the front and 16 by 9J on the rear. Yeah, and going back to Pauly doing the arches, I've recently spoke to him and I'm going to get him to flare the rears out a little bit more than he has, only because, as you can sort of tell from looking at this, I still get a bit of rubbing going on this side and down in here, so I need him to flare this out a little bit more, and I'm going to look at getting a slightly lower tyre profile to hopefully stop the wheels rubbing. But for the time being, today, I'm actually planning on putting some other wheels on that I've got, just as sort of like a winter set, because the chromes are getting destroyed in all the roads that they've been salted recently. Yeah, so I'll be showing you my new wheels, or my other wheels, and I'll be putting them on today. I'm trying to think what else has been done, really. I've got new plates, got 3D gel plates, so they're looking pretty snazzy. You have to excuse the filth that the car is. I only washed it last weekend, but we had like one of those weird sandstorm things. So now the car's all covered in dust, which is lovely, but it can't be helped. I also stuck my roof rack on just because I think it looks cool, and I had to move some stuff from my mum's house to my new place, and it was all too big to go in the car, like my surfboard, etc. So put the roof rack back on to take all that stuff. I've also put some leather seats in the rear. Last time you saw the car, it was all stripped out in the back. I've put some leather seats in purely for the fact of sound deadening, because I can't really carry passengers because of the ride height. So I've just put them in just to sort of make it look a bit more complete and get a bit of sound deadening, because I was getting quite a lot of road noise from the rear where I had no interior. And also another new thing is I've bought a Sportex exhaust system, as you might be able to see the tip just there. So beforehand I had sort of like a homemade straight pipe on there, which, you know, it sounded cool, gave a lot of pops and bangs, but it wasn't the best for the actual car. And to be honest, it was just like as bow as anything. I couldn't drive anywhere without getting police's attention. So yeah, I'll start the car up and I'll give you a little sound check of what the Sportex sounds like. also, last time I filmed the Polo video, we were cleaning out all the engine bay. Made that all nice and shiny. Obviously, since it's come back from the paint shop, as you can see, it's all a little bit dusty in here, so I do need to do another engine bay clean, but on the most part, it's looking alright. I forgot to mention about the exhaust. I've got a 421 chrome manifold on there, so that does give it a bit more of an extra roar than the standard system does. So that's quite cool. Got my air filter on there. When I got it back on the road in December, when I got it insured, I did a new dizzy cap, injectors, spark plugs, HT leads, oil change, full service basically. So yeah, so the car's been running really nice now that, you know, it's all fully serviced and back on the road, so that's quite cool. But yeah, obviously we're still only running the 1.48 valve at the moment. I'm slowly gathering parts to be able to do the 1.8 swap. I'm still trying to find a unit in which I can do it on, because I don't really fancy doing it on the driveway. If I have to, I will, but hopefully I can find a unit that's actually affordable. Someone making noise over there. Yeah, hopefully I can find a unit that's actually affordable, maybe go halves with someone, so I can do the engine swap. Yeah, I've been looking at sort of Mark IV Golfs and things like that to get the donor engine out of. I'm not sure whether I'm going to buy a car and take the engine out of it, or just buy a standalone engine yet. But yeah, I'll keep you updated on that. But we're aiming for sort of like next year sometime to swap the 1.8 in. I've got a few other supporting modifications I need to do. I want to swap the rear arm to a 6N2 GTI arm, which has got the discs on it, because at the moment I'm running drums on the back and it doesn't stop that well when I'm going quick. So yeah, so I want to do that. I want to do a few other bits before I actually do the 1.8 swap. Possibly look at some new coilovers, because the ones I'm running currently, Joms, are alright, but the ride is not that great. So yeah, so definitely be looking at some new suspension at some point before the 1.8 swap. But yeah, in the meantime, I shall head back home and clean the wheels up and get them out, and we'll do a little wheel swap video. For any of you who haven't been in a lowered car or don't drive a lowered car, I thought I'd just give you a little insight of how bumpy it can be. This car isn't actually that low because I've got 16-inch wheels on it. It's not that close to the ground. But when I put the Beamer wheels back on it, well, yeah, that's what I mean. It's a bit of a rough ride. But yeah, when I put the BMW wheels back on it, it will probably be a lot more close to the ground. As you can probably tell from the footage, I'm only doing 10 miles an hour through a car park that's pretty flat, and it is pretty bumpy. So yeah, that's what it's like driving a lowered car. Yo guys, so we're back at home now. Just got the BMW wheels out. I'll show you those in a sec. So the plan for the rest of today is to get the wheels on, probably give the car a wash, and then I'll probably go park up somewhere and get some photos of the car with the BMW wheels on. But yeah, here they are. So I believe they're 14 by 7-inch wide. I think they're old E30 or E36 wheels, BBS wheels. You probably have to correct me. As you can see, I've only actually got 3 of the dust caps, or centre caps, sorry, should I say. I've only ever had 3. I've owned these wheels for quite a long time. These were actually the first pair of wheels I ever bought for the Polo about 3 years ago. But my mate was borrowing them for a while on his 6N, but he's now got rid of that vehicle, so I've got them back. I'm going to need a bit of a clean up because they've got quite a lot of brake dust on them. I already started polishing this one, but as you can see, it's still a bit gammy in between the spokes. So yeah, going to get the polish out, give these a shine up, and then yeah, we'll get them on the car and see how it looks. Hopefully, well, these definitely will rub less than the ball bets because they're almost half the size. And then yeah, all I need to do is get a tyre on this wheel here because it's slightly on the illegal side of being bowled. So yeah, I'll probably do a little time lapse of me cleaning these up. Okay, so for anyone who's wondering how I'm cleaning my wheels up, I'm literally just using a bit of Auto Sol metal polish. Get it in most like car retailers, Halfords, all those sorts of places. Trusty toothbrush. Get this from Halfords as well, or Lidl or something. I think it's called like a crevice brush. They're quite good for getting in between the spokes. And then I'm just cleaning it off with a bit of solvent, brake cleanery type stuff. So yeah, literally it's just a matter of getting the polish, applying a bit to the brush, and get scrubbing. Right, so got all 4 wheels cleaned up finally. It was a long morning of scrubbing away, but got there eventually. So got the car jacked up, gonna swap them over. It's gonna be sweet. But I think I'm gonna have to wind up my coilovers by at least 5 to 10 mil because I've got them wound down quite low. Can't really see, but I've got them wound down quite low because they're 16-inch wheels, so it's not too high off the ground. But obviously now I'm putting on the 14s. It's going to be fucking decked, so gonna have to wind the coilovers up a bit. So yeah, I'll show you that when it's done. Right, so got the BMW wheels on, looking pretty sweet. I had to wind the fronts up by about 10 mil and the backs up by about 15 mil. But yeah, looking fucking nice. Pretty happy with the result. Might think about getting some 10 mil spacers just so they poke out a little bit more, but for winter wheels they'll definitely do. So yeah, gonna give the car a quick snow foam, and then we're gonna go meet a couple mates and get some pictures. Mate patiently waiting there. Very snowy. Oh yeah. They're the worst for tangling up, aren't they? No. Do roof first, otherwise you'll get bubbles like on bits you've already done. Right guys, so a bit windy as we're down at the beach, but we got the boom wheels on, car's all clean. Met up with a couple of mates, got my mate Beth over there, and her boyfriend, and our mate over there with a nice, I think it's a S4 or something. But yeah, car's looking pretty tidy, pretty happy with how the wheels look. Definitely going to be rubbing a lot less now so I can get the arches flared out a bit more. Yeah, so we're just going to get a couple of pictures and yeah, hang out. Social distance, of course.